Every post is a signal. Give it fuel. Boost eggs, the social value layer.
Let's go. Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal Peace Love Music with another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning Show, brought to you live by DeOrganized Media in partnership with our amazing friends at Bitcoin Live Decentralized Broadcasting. It is Monday, the 8th of September, another week to crush it. Lots going on, lots to talk about, so we will jump into it. I have a great friend, Jim.BTC, is going to join us in a little while to talk about his Audianos project. Really excited about that. Jim's been cranking in the ecosystem for a long time, innovating, and I'm a big music guy, and I love what he's working on. So I'm excited to talk to you about on-chain music production that Jim's working on. Friendly reminder, I got to get that video done. Hunter made an awesome video with GP animated. That's our caution, and do your own research and all of that stuff. And I haven't actually gotten to my part of it to produce it. So I can just press a button, take a sip from my coffee while virtual me is telling you guys to do your own research and never invest money you cannot afford to lose. It's important that you pay attention to that. Do your own research. Do not invest money you cannot afford to lose. The last thing you want is to be in a situation where you're supposed to be paying your mortgage or your rent or buying some food for the kids and your investment's down because you threw the money into something you thought was going to turn around quickly. That's not really the way. Most people get wrecked when they're doing that. Don't do that. Don't base your opinions about anything based on my opinion about stuff. It's just an opinion. I don't know any more than you do. I'm just looking at the same data that I'm sharing with you guys on a regular. So make sure that you're following those rules. And now here I am taking forever to get into the show. Hold on, I gotta get my stuff here. It's been a busy morning, guys. I promise I haven't been slacking. I've just been busy. I know you all are too, so preaching to the choir. We got a bunch of Chads in our ecosystem, and everyone's cranking, and I'm super excited to be here with y'all, actually. All right, so let's take a look. I think that music's a little too loud. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I also love it when you guys say hi in the live chat. Good morning, Alice Rhombus. How are you today? I know we're on every day, and we got tons of chats coming in, dropping in all the time. Guys, do reminder, we also have fine turn rounds at 9:30. Make sure you share out the live stream. Chad, share out the live stream. You know this. We all know this. Share out the live stream. In the numbers today, I'll bring up CoinMarketCap if I can get out of my own way here. Bitcoin closed at a little over 112, coming in at 112.64 this morning. That is good news. Ethereum at 4,300, just over 4,300. Stacks dipped down in market cap ranking to number 75, but is up to 64.53. That's good news too, actually. We needed to get over that 63 cents range to avoid a disastrous close below. So it looks like we're in okay shape. Market's still in that neutral range at the very edge of neutral at 42. And the top three gainers on CoinMarketCap for the last 24 hours are Mix Finance, which I am completely unfamiliar with. Looks like it's got a X logo. Is that related? Very interesting. I would explain why they're up like that. Interesting. I have to look at them. WorldCoin and SPX 900, Pengu, Form, Hype, all in that top 10 range. I'm not going to say it. I think time has come for Fartcoin to be gone forever, out of our sphere. Guys, friendly reminder, and I'm going to tell you this every day. When you stack your stacks, you earn Bitcoin rewards. Stacks has fast, low-fee transactions, proof of transfer security, native Bitcoin rewards, and now SBTC, which is programmable Bitcoin for being deployed into a robust Bitcoin-centric DeFi ecosystem in Stacks. Stacks is where it's at, fam. Check them out. Check out the news report for today. I have it somewhere. Here we go. Lots going on in the news. Backpack EU launches crypto futures. Backpack, you may not have heard of this. Backpack has launched a European crypto futures venue under a Cyprus investment firm license, aligning with MiFID regulations. This provides clear investor protections, transparency, and passporting across much of the EU. The move is designed to attract traders avoiding offshore derivatives with initial contracts focused on high liquidity assets. By combining deep order books with regulatory oversight, Backpack aims to challenge incumbents and set a new standard for compliant crypto derivatives. But what you may not know is that Backpack is actually the company that is the newly rebranded, formerly FTX EU. Proceed with caution. Surprised they don't tell you that in the AI write-up. Fed independence is reaffirmed. New commentary stressed the Federal Reserve's independence from political influence as debates around inflation, growth, and election pressures intensify. Officials reaffirmed that rate decisions will remain data-driven, even as markets speculate on cuts and balance sheet shifts. This stance matters for crypto, where liquidity expectations and monetary stability directly impact asset volatility. A steady Fed reduces tail risks tied to abrupt pivots, helping risk assets like BTC and ETH trade in a more predictable environment. It's interesting. Predictability does provide some stability. How rich is Vitalik in 2025? I saw this headline and I was like, I gotta know. Fresh analysis revisits Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin's wealth, largely tied to ETH holdings, historical token sales, and early project investments. Estimates are complicated by large charitable donations and the volatility of crypto markets, but ETH's price remains the biggest driver. Beyond net worth, the report highlights Vitalik's influence through funding cutting-edge research in zero-knowledge proofs and privacy. His reputation as both a developer and benefactor continues to shape Ethereum's culture and long-term direction. And it's about $1 billion, I think, is what they determined his worth would be based on all of his stuff. Another story with Vitalik, he's dropping a new Ethereum proposal. When the founder drops a proposal, people listen. Vitalik Buterin published a new Ethereum proposal aiming to simplify the protocol while improving user safety, especially across L2 ecosystems. His ideas center on reducing complexity, strengthening censorship resistance, and clarifying validator responsibilities. This is part of Ethereum's multi-year effort to balance scaling through rollups with maintaining a resilient and secure base layer. The update reflects ongoing efforts to refine Ethereum's architecture for both everyday users and developers. Interesting. Censorship resistance is important, by the way, for those that don't know. Look it up. Michael Saylor's Bitcoin playbook. Michael Saylor's story from MicroStrategy's corporate treasury pivot to aggressive Bitcoin accumulation continues to inspire hyper buyers. His strategy emphasizes conviction, narrative framing, and long-term patience with transparency that has galvanized a new cohort of high-conviction investors. Critics caution that leverage and concentration carry risks, but Saylor's consistency has made him a central figure in Bitcoin's institutional adoption. His journey is viewed as both a roadmap and a rallying cry for BTC's monetary premium thesis. And to be honest with you, I saw in the summer of 2020 was when he actually started heavily aggressively. Once Bitcoin got over 10K, Saylor started buying, and he hasn't stopped since then. He started buying at 10K aggressively. You all had the chance. He took it. Risk and reward balance. There was times where it looked like a bad idea as Bitcoin was crashing back down to 15K after it topped out at 69K, and he bought right through it. But he did it smartly. He knew that that was a potentiality, in fact, a likelihood. He bought through it, and he persevered, and now, well, he's in a pretty good spot, isn't he? Hong Kong, HashKey's $500 million treasury push. HashKey has announced a $500 million program to help corporations and institutions manage digital asset treasuries under Hong Kong's regulated framework. The initiative includes licensed custody, execution, liquidity, and reporting services, lowering operational barriers for CFOs. Positioned as a compliant hub for institutional exposure, the effort seeks to make crypto balance sheet integration more seamless and audit ready. This marks a significant step in Hong Kong's bid to establish itself as a leader in regulated digital finance. Altvest preps $210 million Bitcoin treasury. Digital asset manager Altvest is preparing a $200 million Bitcoin treasury strategy focused on staged accumulation and risk-managed policies. The plan emphasizes diversification, transparent reporting, and institutional-grade practices to signal long-term conviction. If executed, Altvest will join a growing list of firms integrating BTC into reserves as a hedge and strategic asset. This development underscores Bitcoin's growing role in corporate finance and the strengthening trend of institutional adoption across different regions. Very interesting. Stacks Snacks. Guys, if you didn't know, Stacks Foundation head of amplification, Rick Sebastian, writes a weekly update on the website called Stack Snacks. At stacksnacks.com is the website. I think that's the website. Maybe GPT was hallucinating on me a little bit when I copy and pasted some of this to get this today's post, but I think that might be the accurate website. We'll double check in a minute. But there's a lot of awesome stuff going on. The latest Stack Snacks update from Rick highlighted a surge of ecosystem activity. Moso launched SBTC shopping rewards, offering 100% back on SBTC at 2,000 plus merchants. A new 3-part Bitcoin DeFi workshop kicks off next week with speakers like Kate Parkman. Stacks will take the stage at Conviction Japan Bitcoin Summit and Hong Kong Bitcoin Asia. Skullcoin dropped seed phrase hunt NFTs alongside a game launch, while Hero released Spanish language Stack Stocks. These efforts show Stacks expanding rapidly in both developer and user adoption. Once again, guys, Stacks is where it's at. ETF flows on the week ending September 5th. Bitcoin spot ETF saw inflows of $246 million, with BlackRock's IBIT leading with $158 million. Ethereum spot ETFs recorded $787 million in outflows last week. That is huge, but it does seem to have stabilized. But it also establishes that Bitcoin is really where it's at as far as that stuff goes. The market snapshot, we already talked about all of these. The top 10 gainers on STX tools this morning: Welsh, Leo, Nasty, Charisma's Cha, ABTC, Meme, STSTX, Flat Earth, Alex Token, and I'm not sure this one, Molly, Belgian Malinois. I don't know that one. I know all the rest are excellent projects in the space, and STX Tools is the place to go if you're looking to do your own research on stacks and stacks related tokens. Earn yield with Stacking DAO. The rates at Stacking DAO today, 8.82% APY with liquid STSTX. Auto compounding rewards against your STX in STX. 8.56% APY if you choose to get your rewards in SBTC with liquid STX BTC, or 9.15% APY with native Bitcoin rewards, no liquid token needed. Bitflow has this is an amazing development, by the way. If you guys aren't it, check out our cryptocurrency. The Reddit cryptocurrency subreddit is the largest crypto-oriented Reddit page or Reddit community on Reddit, and it's the largest crypto community on Reddit. I think there's over 10 million or something subscribers, and bitflow.finance will be featured today, the next couple of days, in the biggest crypto subreddit with a live AMA or an ongoing AMA. Stacks DEX aggregator. Bitflow is the top DEX aggregator on Stacks. Things to look out for: the HODL concentrated liquidity project. That's going to be huge. They already have a Runes AMM, so you can actually trade Runes, bridge Runes into Stacks, trade them on Stacks, trade them, bridge them back to Runes if you want. Automated DCA into Bitcoin is also going on, and they have a bigger vision for BTC Fi on Stacks over at bitflow.finance. On the calendar today, and I apologize, I missed adding the Stacks AI Guild space, so that's the first one I want to actually go shout out. We have our whatever morning space every day, Monday through Friday, with Vinta and friends. Followed by this show at 8:30. We do Find to Earn rounds at 9:30 a.m. with rounds sponsored by RuCoin, LeoCoin, Bitcoin, Pepe, Flat Earth. Newly added point of sale POS token will be coming. We have others: Bitcoin, Pepe, Drone, UAP, bunch of stuff going on. So check it out. Come play with us at 9:30. And the somewhere in between, I gotta find the AI Guild show is at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Great stuff going on. They have a bounty program right now going on, so you can check out their bounties at Zero Authority DAO. If you're not following at Stacks AI Guild, you should be. It's the hottest thing since sliced bread, as far as I'm concerned. We also have All Things Crypto at 5:30, and then 7 p.m. is the DeOrganized nightly show with GP and friends. Excited to hear back from the homie. I haven't connected with him since Friday, actually. Just a little bit of brief here and there. So excited about that. Yeah, GM Nos, GM Prince K, GM P-Lord, Bull You Pick, my guys. What's up, Target? Got lots of friends in the space, guys, and we're excited about it. Let's get on to the show. Oh my gosh, it's already 9. All right. Quick word from our sponsors here. Stacking DAO is the leading liquid staking platform for the Stacks network. Stacking DAO is changing the game by letting users earn up to 10% APY on their STX while keeping their assets liquid. Unlike traditional staking, their unique design means no minimums, and users start earning rewards immediately, so there are zero switching costs when moving from other stacking pools. Plus, you've got options. You can choose to get your rewards in STX or SBTC, whatever fits your strategy. You want to start earning rewards today? Head over to stackanddow.com and jump in. Stack and Dow is where liquidity meets opportunity. And Bitflow is the top DEX on Stacks, letting you trade native BTC, STX, SBTC, USDC, runes, and more all in one place by aggregating the best prices on Alex, Arcadico, and Valar. Recently, Bitflow rolled out flex pools, launching with STX pools to support liquid staking assets, offering flexible deposits, smarter rewards, and deeper liquidity. Head over to bitflow.finance now. Jump on in. Bring on the homie.
Yo, good morning.
What's happening, Coach Uncle GP?
Coach Uncle GP did it, man. The rampage is sick, bro. All of my kids are listening so good. Coach Uncle GP did it up. I was a huge hit.
Nice. That's awesome, man.
It was so much fun.
And mill factor still the same?
It's
Still
like right, it's right there, yeah.
All right. Good. We also got Jim.BTC in the house. Good morning, Jim. How you doing today, man?
Hey guys, good to see you again. How you doing?
Yeah, man. Doing well.
Can you hear me okay? I was playing around with the sound settings back there. Okay.
Loud and clear, brother.
Good.
So,
Thanks for having me on.
yeah, man, I love it. So those that don't know, Jim has created an amazing on-chain music production process, really, with on-chain samples in ordinals and a sequencer to use them and sequence them out. And it's dope as hell. It's really one of the coolest things I've ever. I've known about this for a while. It's mind blowing, and it's just been developing. So I'm really excited to see what you have for us now, because I haven't actually had a chance to play around with it in a while.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time, sort of, still just developing. Trying to get it on chain, basically, trying to get a whole digital audio workstation on chain. So it started with the
not a big undertaking by any
start. Started with the sequencer, which is you can put any audio that is inscribed on chain. I have inscribed some samples, but mostly it's just anyone can inscribe any audio, and then you can take that audio into the ordinal sequencer and then resequence it and reuse it. You can speed it up, slow it down, reverse it, trim it. So you can sort of remix any audio on chain. But the thing that's always been missing is what we call in normal digital audio workstations VSTs, which are instruments and also plugins that you can use. You can insert them into the audio chain and then either use them as processing or use them, synthesizers and instruments. And so that's really been the big missing part for me, was that we need instruments. And so what I've got to about 95% ready is the next generation of sequencer, which now has what I've just coined BVST plugins built into it, which is just blockchain or Bitcoin based virtual studio tools. But so the idea being that as soon as I've got the new sequencer working with the first synth that I've created, then there'll just be a framework for other people to build their own synths. So you don't, you can. I've built a really lovely synth. I think I did send you some links, maybe in one of the DMs, so you could have a little play with the synth and this other collection that I've got coming up. But yeah, it's going to get really exciting, because this really opens it up when you can play a bass line, a melody, chords. The first synth I've built has got lots of. If you have a look at it, it's got lots of settings on it. It's like an analog synth in terms of the settings it's got on it. You can sort of program it.
Hold on.
Then you can.
I actually just caught that link, so I want a couple of links. So I'm on the first one. It's Audio Gnarls. Is that the right one?
There's the second one, is the synth one. I'll come back to Audio Gnarls. Yeah, the synth is the one I was going to show you.
All right, let me check. So it says click to start audio. Is this the right one?
Yeah, I don't know if you have a controller keyboard there that you can play with it, but it's. Otherwise, you can use your mouse just to test the notes. You can just click on the keyboard.
I do have one, but it's not super convenient to get to. But
yeah, don't worry about that.
Hold on.
Hey Jim, if you ever
go ahead, Hana.
Hey man.
Oh,
how are you,
Jim? What's good? Yeah, you're speaking my language and you're talking about VSTs and music. So yeah, the platform is more like if you ever come across BeatLab, where you be making these beats using these VSTs and stuff, something that you are talking about.
Okay, yeah. Well,
wow,
I haven't seen BeatLab.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And so if you anywhere where there's a plus sign, you can sort of drop that down so you can change the waveform. There's effects at the end. So if you click on where it says, say, modulation effects.
Peace. Can you send the link in the chat?
We'll let Hana play with it because I know he's got his gear set up.
Yeah, and you can do some record. You can record, and then it'll record like what you're playing, and then you can then drop that into the sequencer. So then the sequencer will then have your synth part, and you can loop it and do all this sort of stuff. So it's going to really open stuff up in terms of making the sequencer something that you can make your own music from without just having to rely on these audio samples that are on chain.
I think that's awesome that you have it mapped out to the keyboard too.
Yeah, so it'll work with USB keyboard and everything.
I'm gonna let.
It also, it also works with the MIDI, right?
Yes, I mean, it's very basically it's using MIDI on off and velocity, I think, but I haven't put multiple channels in there. I just didn't want it to get too unwieldy at the moment. So it's very basic in terms of the MIDI, but yes, it's hooked up to your controller keyboard and it'll link the notes and the velocity of the notes. And then the rest of the envelope you actually can, because the way I've built this synth, and this is partly the point I'm getting to, is that I'm building this so that once I get this working, anyone else should be able to just build their own synth using AI tools. You don't have to be a developer or anything. I'll show the framework. Say if you just build this like this, when you go into the sequencer, you'll just be able to load your own synth into a channel, and then you'll be able to use your synth. Maybe you want it to sound like a piano, maybe you want something to sound like percussion, whatever. You can create your own synths. And so I've created this synth, and then I've created one more synth, which is what I'll get onto in a minute with the Audionals collection, which is sort of a stopgap, if you will, to get me back to the sequencer is the big thing that's coming. And there you go.
Nice.
And yeah, if you click on those plus signs at the top there, where it's got plus like modulation or all these different things, then you can go in and you can, I've got various different effects that you can turn on. Chorus there.
Do you have a reverb on there?
Yeah, there is. If you go to the far right, time-based effects, reverb. And then
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I like the reverb.
This is good.
Yeah. How's that sound? Right. Yeah. So this will be an inscription itself, but this, like I said, this is going to be the sort of template for the BVST style synth. So then other people can you create your own synth. It looks how you want it to look. It operates how you want it to operate. And it will just need some minimal framework so that it will work within the sequencer. And then, things can just start to get really exciting at that point. Hopefully there'll be a bit of a creative explosion with people creating their own synths and stuff. So that's exciting. And the other thing moving back to the Audionals, as you've seen it, it's one thing that's really interesting about how this all works. I can inscribe this synth. This synth then becomes something that if someone makes a song using the ordinal sequencer, this synth also becomes an attributable aspect of it. Not like a synth, it's this synth. Someone else could copy this synth and then they could use that synth, but it's important to remember that this is how the blockchain works. And so when this song is created, whoever does anything in the song is part of the song's programmatic assembly. So if someone else has written the bass line and that bass line is saved as a JSON, it's saved as an ordinal in their wallet. So now we know who wrote the bass line, because I have to go to that ordinal to pull the bass line in. And that same works for these elements. So like there's the bass line, but then if someone wrote the bass line on a synth, then the synth itself is an element. All of these things become part of this finely granular rights management system, if you will, that we can basically just have on chain. And this is what the performing rights organizations of the future will eventually be able to come back to say, okay, we now have a single source of truth for how a song is written. That cuts to the heart of what I'm doing with ordinals. But so with this synth, I've built my own little, well, this is programmable. I haven't built any presets in, but the next synth I've got, which is where the ordinals collection comes in, has, I think it's going to be 222 presets that people can mint. And so you'll end up minting a preset. I think it's an 18-bank sound preset built into an oscilloscope. Maybe you want to grab that one, Steve, and pull up the Audionals link that I sent you.
This one here?
Yeah, that's the one. So what this is just packaged up because it's going to be a collection that is going out before the sequencer is ready. It's just to kind of warm people up, but also get people used to the idea of ownership of, parts. And so there is a synth behind this, but this is a collection where each one will be unique. There'll be 222 of them. And what they are is effectively a unique bank of 18 sounds. If you go down to the bottom, Steve, there's the very bottom button and click that. So that's the audio that's the audio signature of this one. Each one will have its own unique audio signature, which is made up from its bank. And if you use your down arrows, I think, on your keyboard, the down. There you go. Now you can scroll through the sounds and you can see the sounds, and each one has a unique effect on the oscilloscope shape. So you have these different oscilloscope shapes, and then depending on what sound is paired with that oscilloscope shape, that's what you end up seeing. This link's private, by the way, so I don't share that one out because this one's just a beta version of it. If you press the C button to the right, up and to the right, click the C button, I think. So that gives you some controls. Now, where you see seed down the bottom, you can adjust the seed, and then you'll see how it loads in a new bank of sounds. Adjust seed and then say apply seed. Is it? So type in a new seed, click in there, type in a few letters, and then set the seed, and then that should now give you a new set of instruments, basically. And then you have to power it on. So you have to click power on or in the center. Now you should have new sounds. There you go, new signature.
Oh, and I can pick.
Yes, you can pick which ones, and you can also. This works really well on touch screens. Actually, it's actually designed for touch screens. So if you have a touch screen, if you touch it on it, there's a grid, and all 18 sounds are there on the grid. Sweep your finger around and get all these different sounds. So each of these sounds becomes something that you own, and then when the synth comes out in the sequencer, if someone wants to load a bank of sounds, it will be one of these presets, and so you'll be able to load it by an ordinal ID. So you'll be able to sort of go out and say, hey, I've got this great set of presets, or if you happen to mint a great set of presets, then people will want to use them, and then you as the owner of the presets become an attributable part. So now you've got the person who's written the line, you've got the person who owns the sounds, the person who owns the synth, the person who composed the song. And all of these are included in this just beautifully neat single source of truth, which is what the music revolution is built on. This level of transparency.
This is awesome, dude. I'm having a hard time not
playing through it,
playing with
It's supposed to be fun, but yeah, like I said, the underlying is that I'm also just trying to get people used to the idea of that this is something that becomes a tangible asset, that you have a bunch of presets, and if they're super cool and other people want to use them, now you are accredited for that. If people end up using your presets, then that song always says, hey, I've just used this specific set of presets. And so now these ordinal IDs are also part of a potential payment list of
right.
people.
It's a basis for
Royalties and rights,
digital rights,
yeah,
and creator rights and a creator economy, which is why Trip's in the conversation over here on our Trip Monkey loves that.
He's awesome.
He's digging this too. I know for sure.
He's amazing. Yeah.
Oh man, it really is a huge accomplishment. By the way, while people are like you've driven on-chain development pretty far on your own, bro. Like this is some serious.
I mean, I'm stuck in it now. I'm almost trapped because I think I've been looking for this solution for a long time. This isn't just something that even just happened with Stacks. I kind of stopped being a musician because of being let down by this terrible system where even as someone who committed themselves to working really, really hard, the system just couldn't protect me. And then I ended up losing my studio and everything because I just wasn't getting paid. And a couple of things, really big things, I should have got 6 figures for. I never got anything for. It just drove me insane. And so I've always felt hard done by, chip on my shoulder. And then from about 2015, because my crypto story started around 2011, but I was a tour manager. And at the end of a tour, this photographer is saying, "Hey, man, I bought this weed on the internet." And I'm like, "How do you do that? Like without getting arrested?" And he's like, "Oh, you need this thing Bitcoin." So I've then gone, "How does this work?" Read the white paper and was just blown away and ended up, I was looking for a way off the road at the time because I had my second child on the way. I was looking for a way out and it just happened at that time. So I remortgaged my house and I imported the first like big ATM-sized Bitcoin machine into the UK in 2014.
Guys, if you guys didn't know, Jim has been innovating long before audio.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't so much innovation; it was just
the UK.
It was just a kind of a stab in the dark, really, just to sort of go, this feels right. It feels something I understood. I didn't understand anything about finance, but I did have a lot of dealings with Western Union and MoneyGram being the tour manager, and I'd seen how the poorest places paid the highest fees, and I was just that really bugged me. And so I thought, okay, Bitcoin, this is an up you to those guys. Let's start with that. So I get this ATM. And then just start hanging out, just start meeting these cool people because it's the only ATM in the country. You could buy Bitcoin on these things called Lamasu. They were just an iPad in a box, but no one had a machine like this, which was like, it took cash, it paid cash. So it's like you'd put cash into it and the next day you'd come back if the price of Bitcoin went up and you could sell the Bitcoin to it and take cash out. So I had people traveling up and down the country to come and see this thing. So I'm socializing with them, starting to meet these people. And one of them in 2015 says, "Oh, Jim, you're going to love this this thing, smart contracts. There's smart contracts is coming, and it means you can do everything you can do with crypto and with the ledger, but for other things." And so instantly at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fix music with this thing. And he had also said to me, the same person, he's one of the first like core Stacks developers. So this is way back, 2015 or 2016, and he tells me about this and says, "But Ethereum, like, it'll be exciting, Jim, but don't forget that we do need to do this on Bitcoin." And so again, for someone who didn't understand all this stuff, I was just lucky enough to meet these really clever guys who made me realize very early on that Ethereum was just rushing, and there was a right way to do it, and this might not be the right way. The right way was definitely doing it on Bitcoin, which wasn't a thing, but would become a thing. So I was sort of set on that track towards Stacks at that point. So just through meeting these people, I had suddenly got on this mission. And then when we did the first, because I got involved in Stacks very early, in fact, we put out the first commercial Stacks NFT collections. I got a bunch of kind of like major name celebrities to do their first ever NFTs on the Stacks blockchain. And then we sold, one of them was Cara Delevingne, and we sold her one. So this is like early 2021. And one of them was Fatboy Slim, who I know from Brighton. And I if you look at that original contract, I was trying to do stuff so that was like back, we were writing that contract, I guess, in 2020, and I built in all of these splits that would split to the artist. We also asked all the artists to nominate a charity. I was just trying to bring anyone in I could to go, hey, now you need a Stacks wallet because you're going to earn money from this sale. But so we had all these different splits. But what I hadn't factored for was just how the beauty of the blockchain is that we can't control it. We can't control what people do. It's there for everyone to use the way they want to use it, which means I can't force payment. I can't force someone to do something some way. I can make sure that royalty splits happen if the sale happens through my own marketplace, but I then can't have any control over how people treat it on secondary markets. And so that was a lesson. And you look at that contract, and you think, man, the amount of time we put into that, and it was completely useless. It was like it just had no. But I was determined. This is all part of the journey of like being a builder, is trying things and working it out and working through it, and then you learn from those and you learn what you can and can't do. And then so I'd been through that, done the stuff on stacks, had realized the weaknesses with the IPFS, had realized the weaknesses with all of the tokenized music stuff I was seeing. The problem seems to be A, that there's a token, B, that there's a platform, C, that there's a company. It's like all of these things are bad for decentralization. And so it's like you have to have like the sequencer at the moment, the weak link is that you use it through ordinals.com. So this new sequencer will be an inscription. So, but it does mean I can't keep updating it as easily. But these things are also, people are coming up with ways of updating. If you modularize things the right way, it gets simpler and simpler to actually version stuff on chain. So we'll get there, but I think it's a big step, firstly, to go, okay, here's an inscription. So this will never change. That's a sequencer. Within this inscription, you can load other inscriptions, which are BVST plugins. And now you can build your own. And then hopefully I've built something that's sort of generic enough that people can then just start using it the way they want to use it. And they don't need ordinals.com to access it and all this sort of stuff. But, I've made a rod for my back there as well, because I understand I can't raise money this way. I can't really go for investment. Interesting enough, I worked on this for the first half of 2023. What I was getting to is it was when Ordinals came along. Ordinals came along and suddenly the token problem was solved. I understood that we needed to do something that was more decentralized, but I still hadn't decentralized the actual process. And the Ordinals protocol is doing that. It's kind of saying, okay, now the work is the token. Everything becomes one thing. So your rights and your work are not separated. Do not need a lawyer to connect them. But so got into the whole ordinals thing. Was in it for 3 to 6 months, I think, before I even thought, God, am I the only person doing this? Because I wasn't sure. Maybe there was a big company doing this. Because I kept thinking, why aren't the big companies actually just doing this? Like if Logic jumped in, and just said, hey, we're going to just move our entire operation on chain, they could probably do it overnight, and just turn this into like this massive, like, here's me, I'm not even a developer, picking my way through this determinedly, but doing it because I think the powers that be don't really want to do this yet. But, and so I then looked up, and there was this one company that had done it, but they'd done it on Ethereum. So it was IPFS. It wasn't the same thing, but they raised 500 million in their seed round. And then I went and looked at their product, and it was not as good as the product I had back then. I've been trying to look up the name of this company because I couldn't find it the other day to find out who it was, but I haven't seen it or heard another thing, which makes me think this is exactly the sort of thing that the labels like or Sony, Warner, Universal probably paid that 500 million so they could do nothing with it. Yeah. So this is partly why I'm now thinking, I definitely don't want investment. What I need is like the performing rights organizations around the world to go, okay, this guy's building our solution so that we can do our jobs in the future and not hand it all over to Spotify.
Right. You need ASCAP and those guys to actually like
just start funding what I'm doing. Yeah.
To realize the value of it from their perspective.
Which is difficult because there isn't. This is my chicken. I sometimes say chicken egg situation, but I have neither the chicken or the egg because for PRS or for the performing rights organizations to take an interest in this, it needs a ton of musicians using it, and for musicians to use it, they need to know they're going to get paid, and I can't do that without the performing rights organizations. So at the moment, I'm sort of stuck selling a real world solution in the crypto world. And that's why I'm doing this Ordinals collection, is because the only way I can really raise money right now is by doing it as, NFT collections. But like I said, the beauty of this is it truly is something that once you own it, it's very, very much reusable. You know, it's designed to be, it's yours. You don't have to use it. If it's a good one, other people will just use it, you know, and you will just know about it when it's used. And so that's where I'm kind of headed with this first collection. Yeah.
It's very similar to the kind of concepts that we're building out on with Tripp's Rising Tide protocol that we're building out on the organized. You know, we're very alpha stage. It's all on stacks, but it's similar to the design of a composable integrated creator economy.
What do you guys know about, like, on stacks? Because I've been trying to move back to stacks. You know, the ordinal sequencer does take, you can load S ordinals into it, as well as things from IPFS. But I'm just wondering what the solution is. I spoke with the S ordinals guys, like, over the last 6 months. I've been asking them to open source it, and they said they're going to. They told me that they're going to. I got in a chat with them and Boom as well. And
I know less about S ordinals. I know that the solutions Tripp's working on is more Stacks NFT based, so it's not on chain data. It's on chain.
Yeah, it's the data that I
Right.
need. I need to get recordings and stuff. You know, like vocals. Like, someone needs to be able to record a vocal take, which currently on Bitcoin is just a bit expensive. I have created this cool app as well, which is worth letting people know about as well.
I know S ordinals exist, but beyond that, I don't know. Is S ordinals a way to actually put the data on chain?
Yeah, it's mined into stack, but onto the Stacks chain. It's a different way of doing it. It's mined. I can't actually remember now. It's been so long since I've gone down this route. But it's basically, you know, it's going to be probably 100 times cheaper than it is on Bitcoin. But then when Stacks, you know, eventually fulfills the prophecy, it will become expensive on Stacks as well. But that's fine, you know, because we can proof of transfer to a new level, and we can sort of do what they did with Arweave, you know, but in a more organic proof of transfer style way that links back to Bitcoin. But I just got to get a way of doing it cheaper, because Bitcoin's not the final answer, not as far as I'm concerned. It is when you
more
don't
and more
trust,
expensive, right? Even
it is when you don't trust
if you
anywhere
figure
else.
out better data compression, the price of Bitcoin is going to go up.
And so this is the other link I was going to send you, is this one, which I'll stick in here, which is this is the Opus file generator that I created. And this just helps you take any audio that you want to inscribe onto Bitcoin, and encodes it as Opus, and then puts it in a container so it's playable on mobile, because that's the main thing. Mobile won't play Opus on its own. So I created this so that there's just a simple bridge to, you really shouldn't put MP3 in there. If you've got access to a Studio Master, use the Studio Master, put it in there, convert it to Opus. It'll be smaller than the MP3, but at around the same size, it'll sound like the Studio Master. Like, it's lossy compression, but it's like lossy to, unlike what you're used to with lossy compression. If you use this at like 48K and above, I can't hear the difference, you know, and yet it's the size of an MP3. And actually, you can take a bit more off there, and you can get it sub MP3 sizes where it sounds much better than an MP3, because Opus encoding is like smart encoding. It doesn't. MP3 is very much, it just destroys, it just removes anything that the human ear can't hear. This does something similar, but does it in an algorithmic way. But I've built in like an AB switcher in there. So if you load the audio in, you process it, and then you switch between the original audio and the current. It'll tell you what size it is and everything, and then you can keep cutting it down till you get to that audio where you're like, okay, this is the one where I can just hear the compression kicking in. Step up one level, and now you've got your ideal sized piece of audio. And for vocals, like, once we get to the point where people are creating backing tracks using the ordinal sequencer, when you're just recording vocals, this thing's like, it's really good, because usually when people are converting a mix, compressing it or whatever, you're compressing very complex waveforms. There's a thing called variable bit bitrate compression, which I've sort of built into here. And what that's doing is it's listening to each individual sample and then saying, how heavily can I compress this? And vocals, actually, they're not complex at all. And so they compress really small with the VBR. So it's like you can, once people start playing around with this, it's nice enough for just putting a mix on. If you've got a whole song, great, you can do it. It'll be cheaper doing it this way. But yeah, once you get to the point where you've got a backing track that's already Web3, and then you just want to get a vocal on, the vocal will be much smaller. Even if it's like a 3-minute vocal, it'll be considerably smaller than a 3-minute song with that vocal in would have been. So, again, we can start to get the cost down, both in terms of the programmatic sequencing that Ordinals is already doing, and then this stuff like this Opus encoding, which makes it just cheaper just to get audio on chain, so we can get more of these libraries. Because I've got this library coming with Kieran Pepper. Did I tell you guys about that last time? I can't remember if I showed you that. So Kieran Pepper is the original drummer from the Prodigy.
Yes, you did. I don't know if we talked about it live or if you just told me about it. I think you did tell us about it live. I can't remember now. I do remember you telling us you were working on something with.
So yeah, that's kind of still. This is relying on me getting the sequencer out. The sequencer is taking a little bit longer than I thought. I built and I got the sequencer. I got it working brilliantly, the new sequencer. But then I got the synth working brilliantly. But then when I put them together, I realized because they've both got independent clocks, I have to kind of go back to the drawing board to make everything work properly. So it's put me back a bit. But KP loops is on the horizon. So that is I think there's going to be 88 loops.
All right, yeah, I remember that.
From Kieran, and then they will all be inscribed as another collection. So you'll be able to own one of his loops. And then again, when people then use that in the future, now this is an interesting thing. He's kind of giving up his own rights over this in order to allow someone else to own it, because he believes in what I'm doing, and he's just getting behind it and just being very generous. But I'm still also trying to find a way to not. He doesn't have to lose his rights, because we can have a creator address, for example. So it could be that if he creates them first, then he can still become, or potentially, because what I was thinking is he would create them, but then no, I had it in my head. So it's when the minter mints it, it would mint it via an ordinal ID that Kieran owns, so that just his ordinal ID ends up lumped in with the loop's ordinal ID. So now you have the owner of the loop, but it does also have Kieran's ordinal ID as well.
It gives him a credit.
Basically. So the chain will still have that additional ordinal ID on it. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of working towards with that collection. Because again, this is the weird thing is this isn't really supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be that people are doing it for themselves. But obviously, to promote it, I've got to try and get people to understand the value of that by perhaps buying someone else's, even buying someone who's well known. That sort of makes more sense to people. Then eventually, it's like, now do it yourself. Now you've seen people using that synth or that sample. Record your own or make your own synth, and then people will use that. And now you're not sharing that credit with someone else. That's just your credit. So lots going on.
Yeah, man, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. I really I love what you're working on. It's innovative, it's cutting edge, it's adding utility where we need it. It's adding stuff that is needed to bring Web3 Bitcoin creator economy forward. Like these are the rails that we need to establish, and you're doing something that nobody else is really doing right now, and you're actually achieving. So I man, hats off to you. I think it's awesome. Thank you so much for choosing to come and talk to us about it today too. I mean, we really appreciate it. You're always welcome, man. Anytime you want to come on here, the door here is always open. We're always going to be excited, even if it's all just playing around with the same stuff you just showed us for half an hour to an hour. I'm happy to do that. So
I'm going to hopefully build in a way of saving into that before it's actually released. So I'd love to hear some of your creations. Anyway, if you do come up with some stuff on there.
Yeah, I think GP has a little bit of keyboard background. So in my theory, everyone's a musician, actually. Music it's in my name. Peace, love, music. It represents the physical man's interaction in the physical world. Music is the first art. And if I could just play music all day, that's what I would do.
I wrote an interesting article that people might like to read as well, which I think I put on my Twitter, although it's in the blog here. I'll just link that to you just before I wrap it up. But it's about AI and music, and about how, I'm not so sure that this is this big scary thing that everyone thinks it is, and that actually there's a part of this whole AI music thing that could actually be like the savior of musicians in some way.
I don't disagree, to be honest. And I love engaging with real people. Like jamming is actually my favorite thing to do. Getting together, mapping out some chord progression, and then just exploring it with other people is what I love to do. If I could do that all day, I would. But I also think that the AI tools give us a tremendous, it's like a glorified looper, right? We don't hate loopers, but maybe early on,
or a producer. It's even, maybe it's more advanced than a looper, but we still have producers. We still have producers who act like robots, who are paid to act like robots. And we also have musicians like myself years ago. I felt like I was forced into trying to go and write library music. I didn't really want to do it, but I needed an income for it. And I think that this is another thing with the AI, and you'll read in that article that I've posted there. Maybe you can stick that somewhere where people can see it. But that, the argument there is that AI can come along and can actually free musicians up from the stuff that, if AI and blockchain come together so that musicians are paid fairly, they can stop feeling like scavengers, scavenging their own scraps, which is what musicians are these days, and they can start feeling like, hey, I get paid fairly for what I do. I don't have to go out and sell my soul to write stuff. I can just write the stuff I want to write, all that sort of stuff. That might be the other side of this AI sword that people are.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to, so I'll make a post after the show sometime, either later today or sometime tomorrow. Sometimes I don't get to the post show production for today until tomorrow, after tomorrow's show. But sometime between this afternoon and tomorrow, I will absolutely make a follow-up post about today's show. I will tag you in it, and I'll actually make sure I link your article. So what can I actually, besides the article, I know is the oscillator ready?
It's just the audio nulls. That's the only thing I'm keeping private, because it's not supposed to have, all those controls underneath it is just for testing. So I'm just keeping that on. But you can, the synth.
I can share out. I'll share out the synth. I'll share out the article, and I'll also I'll actually also probably link the KP loops.
Yes, awesome. Yeah,
as well, so that everyone has access to that. But guys, definitely go check out the article. If you're anything kind of interested in music and on-chain development, you absolutely need to be following Jim. It's at jim.dotbtc, right? At jim.btc on X, and at Audionals, audio NALS.
This is why I've named the new collection Audio Nulls. Is because some people just have trouble saying audio nulls, so I thought I'll give them a collection called Audio Nulls. Yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot for having me on, guys. Always a pleasure.
I love it. So, and Jim, you don't. Totally respectful of your time. You're welcome to hang out with us. We actually have, I don't know if we did this the last time. We do a game show now where the game master is going to come on. We play some find to earn rounds. People come in and play. We give away some stacks, meme tokens. You're welcome to join.
I can hang for about 15, 20 minutes. Well, I've got to go and do the school run after that, but I'll definitely hang until I got to go.
Sure. We'd love to have you hang out. The game master is here. I'm going to segue into our next segment, but guys, stay tuned. We have a quick word from our sponsors, and we will be back with find to earn rounds momentarily. Go follow Jim. He's got some awesome stuff going on. It is time. The Game Master has arrived in his true form. How are you today, sir?
GM Mortals, I'm fine. Let the hunt begin.
GM.
Let's go.
Morning.
We have, I'm not sure exactly all of the rounds we have today, sir. Why don't you give us a rundown of what we have for games today?
Yeah, we play the same rounds for today. It's Ru, Droid, Pepe, STXCI, Flat Earth, Leo, Bob, and Jackpot.
That's 8 rounds today. 8 opportunities for you guys to win some awesome stacks, meme tokens, and we will. What are we going to start with today, sir?
Let's play STXCI.
Oh, very nice. I do see that. And so, guys, for those that are new, Find to Earn, how it works, the games launch on the Skullcoin BTC or at Skullcoin BTC X handle. However, we announce them live on the show. The first person that finds the correct location, when the game round drops, you'll have a link and you'll have an image below the link. The link is your starting location. The image is a Google Street View image. You have to go find the first person that finds that location wins the prize for the round. You must share out the live stream. First rule of Find to Earn, share out the live stream, and then you must like and repost the game rounds. If you do not do those 2 steps and you are the first one to find it, you will lose your prize. It'll go to the next person. So make sure you share out the live stream. And we do have a bonus for people tuning in. You get an added advantage for the first round because you get to see the search image before everybody else. You're going to be looking for the STX.
Diana.
Is that 300?
Yeah, bro.
How are you behind that hoopty car, man? What's going on here?
Yeah, I'm also an agent.
And you're an agent. But so you guys are looking for you got this mesa in the background, some tumbleweeds going on over here. And sir, are you ready to launch the game round?
Yeah, let's go. Make countdown.
All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy hunting, hunters.
Let's go.
GP, you got a 10 a.m. meeting today, right?
No, actually, it's moved, so I can share it today.
Let's do it. It's always best when you. I think you're the best at it. To be honest with you,
true.
I think you're better than Blockface. Although he does a good job, he's probably the second best.
All right, so I am on the Skullcoin BTC account. I am refreshing the page to find the game round here. I'm gonna give it a little scroll. We're gonna find the stream and make sure that we have reposted the stream first to be eligible. My computer needs to catch up. Okay. All right. Computer doesn't want to help me today.
It's Monday.
Yeah, it's just warming up. All right, so we've liked and shared the game round. The boom boom. We're going to look for this agent here on a motorcycle. We're also sharing the game round here next to this hoopty. We're going to click this link. It'll take us to the starting location. Also copy this coordinates here and paste it into your Google Maps to find the starting location. All right, now it's starting to warm up. There we go. We're looking around in Arizona. So I'm going to click this little yellow van here. It'll highlight all the places that it could potentially be. I'm imagining 300 is this way, riding next to
Triana is chasing some bad guys in that car, bro.
Right.
Yeah, James Bond style.
So this kind of games
Those
with
in the background.
roads, you can play split screen. GP, you can show like split, like how teleport.
I'll try down.
I think we gotta win.
Right now.
Yeah, this one is not so easy, but we have a lot of players who playing around the world, and we have the first winner, and it's DeFi Dictator.
DD, let's go.
DD. He came to play this morning.
Okay, the next round will be for whitelist. Next we play whitelist rounds.
All right. Whitelist is for new players. You have to be on the whitelist to be in order to play. We usually invite our new guests. Jim, if you would like, we can put you on the whitelist if you want to play. You do not have to screen share, by the way. But if you're not on the whitelist, you cannot actually answer because you have to be tagged in the post to play. So let us know if you would like to be on the whitelist.
I'm still trying to work out what's going on.
That's why. So basically, it's you go to the Skullcoin BTC page and you'll see the game rounds launch. So we do a countdown. We refresh the page. It shows the round. There's a link in the game round post. You click that link, it brings you to a starting location in Google Maps.
Tell me your username.
It's at jimdot.btc. I'll put it in the private chat. Oops. Nope, that's wrong. Hold on.
Okay, I found already. I follow him. Okay.
So I'm going to skullco.in.
No, it's not on the website. It's on the just on their user page. So on X.
On X, okay.
So it's just Skullcoin. It's at Skullcoin BTC.
Yeah.
And the whitelist rounds are actually real easy. So the regular open rounds you drop in at an overhead view. The whitelist rounds you actually drop in Google Street View, and all you have to do is walk forward, and you'll find the image you're looking for somewhere in like that first little strip that you're walking forward. And then you just choose the share button. There's a share button at the top right. Copy that link and you drop that in the comments below the game round post. And if you're first, and we often have new players on screen, win. No pressure, by the way, but it's a fun engaging experience, and happy to have you participate. Do not feel obligated though. It's really
just try. Okay, let's go. Let's try.
You got a countdown?
Yeah.
In 5,
here we go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hajime, Hyundai. Vamos.
Okay, now Jim, you can try. Just follow the link and move forward.
So I'm refreshing the Skullcoin page.
Yeah, Xenitron, I like the new logo, the fine to end, the one that you posted on X. I like it.
Yeah, it's logo made by Nieta on Zero Authority. So it's a completely logo from Stacks community. From Zero Authority Dub and from Nieta, Australian artist.
Like it. I'll try to animate something out of this, and I know it's gonna come out nice. And yeah, it's nice.
Jim, tell us how it's going.
Looking for a big yellow.
In parallel, we play one more whitelist round for other players. Yeah, we just launched one more round. Kinderly and Trihan, you can play it too.
All right. So second whitelist round is launched.
Right.
All right. So we have whitelist rounds with Rue and with Droid, the Nakamoto 1 Droid token. Huge fan. Obviously, everyone knows Jack is my brother. The Don Draper of Stacks Legends, if you didn't know.
Don Draper. Let's go.
Huge fan of RueCoin. Cannot wait for the Rue Defenders Ordinals to come out. And we have Droid. If you guys didn't know, Nakamoto 1 put Stacks, Bitcoin, and a bunch of other things on the moon. Awesome project. I definitely have a few Droid NFTs myself, Android NFTs, and I love the project. So a huge shout out to them as well.
Yeah, can you guide Jim how to play?
GP, you want to walk through real quick?
Yeah, so first thing I'm going to do, I can share the game round. We're going to take a mental snapshot of this,
Can you show
this bar
on
here.
yellow van and yellow previous game?
The Rue game?
Raw game, yeah.
Big shout out to Josh. Finding the yellow button. All right, so this Jeep right here, we're looking for this Jeep on this side road. Just taking a mental snapshot of this picture here. This is the location we're trying to find. We're going to click this link. It'll bring you to the starting location, or we can copy these coordinates, punch them into Google Maps.
For the whitelist round, it's usually best to just click the link because it's going to drop you into Street.
Whitelist round just for the links. Okay, let's continue the games because I'm just curious if Jim understands the concept. That's all. Okay.
Once we got into Google Maps in the starting location, this is what it gives you, this red arrow here. So what we're doing is we're dropping in this little yellow guy going down to Street View, and we're looking for that Jeep that is likely on the street. It'll be a little bit further away, just going down the street. And then once we find that exact Jeep that's in that picture, like I just did, I just went down the street a couple steps. We're gonna copy the link to this location. We're gonna go post it underneath the comments on X, and that's how you find the location.
Yeah, okay, let's continue. Who want to count down?
I'll give us a countdown. Next round launching in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good luck, hunters.
Let's go. Let's go. We
These
are
are now
looking for
open rounds.
this guy is flattening the earth with a like a tamper. Let's go. Busting out the tamper, making the earth flat. Next to these two other guys working on the street as well. So there we go. Click that starting location.
And Jim, just to let you know, the reason we started doing the whitelist rounds is because we have some pro players that play with us every day that are just so good.
Yeah, they're pretty good, man.
They find it so fast. It's hard for people to learn how to play, new players. So that's why we do the whitelist rounds, to make it like just a little bit of a simple round for people to just get the concept. I don't think that's that I go past it. It's not the same one.
So close.
Okay, this was easy. Let's play the next one.
Yeah, I actually found it quick, but I skipped past it because of the animation. I thought there was going to be 3 guys there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, you got Ghibli?
I got yes.
You got Ghibli, dude?
Okay, next one. I will count down.
Dang,
We start
Isaac.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. The previous game winner is Nalofin. He was faster than Isaac for 1 second.
Yeah, that was a split decision.
Wow. Congratulations to the winners.
The next games will be a little bit harder. It's not like right on the starting location.
What was that last bit of alpha we got?
This game is harder.
This one's a little bit harder.
Little bit.
It's medium rare.
Medium rare.
Medium rare, let's go. We got looking for this Bob here. Doing a little utility work.
I could be wrong, but usually, in my estimation, medium rare means 2 blocks or more away from the starting location.
Yeah.
I think that's about right.
Okay, we have a winner for the Bob game, and it's a Vanya.
Hey, let's go. Congratulations, Hazel.
Her name is Hazel.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Now the Pepe going for dating.
Let's go.
We wait, everyone. Get back to Skullcoin page. We play the next game in 1 minute.
Hunter said it got cloudy out and his internet turned off for a minute.
Sorry,
That's
guys.
why
I've got to run and do the school run now. But I think I've got the idea. Next time we're playing, I'll
always a
be
pleasure,
competitive.
Tim.
Well played.
I love what you're working on, man. Thank
Take
you
it
for
easy,
hanging
guys.
out and playing with us. Have an excellent school run, sir. And
Thanks, man. Speak all soon. Cheers. Bye.
right
See
on,
you.
right
Have a
on.
good one, man.
Talk to you
See
soon.
you.
Man. I love. Can I just say, I think what he's working on is one of the coolest things in crypto. Entirely.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What he is working on?
It's on-chain music production, on-chain music rights on ordinals, so that the data is on-chain. And he's looking at solutions. He's
Nice.
actually trying to figure out how to do it with S ordinals so that it's cheaper, but still on-chain data
I
that
see.
you're using, and creator rights.
Okay.
Awesome.
It
Yeah.
is Bitcoin.
Yeah, the music is interesting always, forever.
Yeah, it's called. I say audionals because I pronounce things weird anyway, but it's audionals. It's audio NAL.
Audio.
Audionals.
Audio.
So instead of ordinals, it's audionals.
Audio notes.
Yes.
Okay, let's play easier Leo game and the Pepe after.
Leo game for the win. Let's go.
Let's go.
We are going to parking. Who want to count down? Please make one.
I can.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hyundai.
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 go.
Exu.
Zoo.
Fine red German car.
All right, I'm smashing F5 on the Skullcoin BTC page on X. Scrolling down. Boom, looking for a red car. This Leo Cat, I am liking and resharing the game round. Leo Cat on top of this nice looking sports car, this red car here, in a parking garage of some sort. Let's see here. This is your starting location. We are looking around in Spain.
I hear that the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plane, but I don't know if that's accurate.
It's been so long since I heard that. Oh shit. You threw me for a loop. Turned out one long time ago.
An audionals loop.
Everyone, you need exactly this car. You just open the parking, whole parking. You need exact car. Still no winner. I don't see the win. Okay, the winner is Nixie.btc. Congrats.
Nixie,
The second one,
Congrats.
congrats on the win.
Lil Dut and Father Abraham just like 10 seconds later.
Damn. Close game.
Okay. We are ready for the Pepe game.
Let's
One
go.
countdown. Let's go.
Who's gonna Pepe countdown? I'll do it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Pepe.
Hello.
I want to shout out Flat Earth. The flat is real. Get you some. Go check them out. Great project. Shout out Build on Bitcoin on Stacks. Don't forget to go over to Fact Fun and burn one, Bob. Much to Hunter's chagrin, I'm going to let everybody know every day. And then make sure that you're tuning into the Leo art shows. I think they had their big event last week, so I'm curious to see who the winners are. I think winners will be announced at the show on Wednesday. Love what's going on with Leo. And then B Pepe. Well, B Pepe is the only Pepe coin you need to know about. The orange frog.
Facts.
Oh, and it looks like he found a Mrs. Pepe.
He did. Fine little thing. Look at that.
You in love though. Speaking of Bob, you know those guys, they need to be investigated because I saw that Jack forget to burn. And now I see that he's caught up with everyone else, and I was saying, nah. What's going on here?
Say it, H.
So I think-
did he give Rafa a little something to keep it going? Is that what's?
Yeah,
I agree.
those
The
guys
wheels.
really needs to be investigated. Because yesterday I was looking at the watch, and he got beat by the clock. So I was happy that he forgot to burn, and now I see that he's caught up with everybody because he was behind 2 burns. So I think those guys needs to be investigated.
Oh, you heard it here
Oh
first.
no.
You heard it here first, guys. There's some drama. There's some drama in the Fact Fun family over here. You guys should definitely go over to fact.fun right now and check out the Bob burning protocol.
What's
See
happening? What's happening there?
Well,
Happening.
sir, apparently we're hearing that there's been some shenanigans where Jake Blockchain missed a burn, and suddenly his count is now back up at the top with everybody else. So stay tuned.
No way.
For another conspiracy.
No
Yes,
way. Really. At a
Is there
time like
any
this,
problem? I
really?
can take some soul to Underworld.
Please
do. Now the final boss. I can give you 500,000 if I win 1 million Xenitron.
Oh,
I can give you 500,000,
Nice.
Bob.
We'll make the fine turn game together. Okay.
Definitely.
All the fair gameplay.
Okay, the winner is
Not the game
Saki.btc.
master.
A lot of players found this game. Congrats.
Let's go.
Dictator, the Great One, Erai, Cody, Risk, Saki.btc is the winner. He is in spam in comments, but he was the first. Okay,
let's go.
let's play the last game, jackpot game. Easy game, small town, no clue. 30 stacks to the winner.
Let's
Are you
go. We are ready, sir.
Okay, I will count down. We start jackpot game, and we give you like 4 minutes. No stress, fast game. If there will be no winner, we move the price tomorrow. Get ready. We start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the hunt begin.
Let's
I can report the
go.
game. Find this place. Let's go. This game is hard. Usually it's not so close to the starting location, but who knows? You have 4 minutes to beat the and get the jackpot.
Looking for a bit of a basketball goal here in what looks to be a backyard. Got a little tractor back there, a hood of some sort, car, pile of tires. I see a truck back there too. This looks like someone's backyard. Let's see if we can find it. Good luck.
Do we have people who find this fine to earn it one click at one go, just like that? Bam.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Bro, Orange.
Lucky shots.
Yeah, I feel like Orange is lucky like that. He's good at like identifying the area from above and then dropping in, taking a quick peek around. If it's not the right location, he's got a good gut sense about it.
Yeah, Orange does a good. He'll look at the starting image a little bit longer than most people, instead of jumping in right away.
So you don't ever have to go back.
Yeah, like with the grants, with like open-ended grants from Stacks Foundation, from Stacks Core, we want to bring a lot of new to our on-chain gaming because, first of all, last rounds of fine turn, like rounds for we played on DeOrganized, we want to add opportunity to mint clues. So you mint clues on chain, you pay on chain, it means like we bring some kind of fine turn on chain on regular basis, like every day we can make it. And when you mint the clues, you will get just more information to find. So for example, the game will be harder than this game even, but the map will be divided like on 9 pieces, maybe like on more, and you can like 16 pieces, and you can just mint the clues and exclude.
It'll tell you like where the quadrant is that you're looking for.
Yeah, the clues will give you information where you have not to look.
Ah, so don't look up in the top right quadrant.
Right. But the people just mint them randomly. It means they have to collaborate or just mint as much as possible. So the map is like tic-tac-toe. You just mint and exclude wrong locations.
I like the idea. I actually really do like that idea a lot. I think it's an interesting way to generate transactional volume during the games and actually make it more engaging for everybody as well.
Right. Yeah, this is interesting idea. We will try it.
I think it's interesting. I think it's very interesting. This one's definitely, I mean, it's a jackpot round, right? I was going to say it's definitely hard, but it's about as hard as it could be, right?
Right. This one should be more of a challenge. And it is.
And it is.
Okay, we have really players who found it.
Really? All right.
Wow.
And a lot like it's just on the south. It's not so hard, but not so close. The town is small. We have like Cody, Amit, Ri who found, but the winner is only one MS. He was the first.
Well, congratulations.
That's
only one MS is again one of the, he's got to be getting he's got to be on that leaderboard now.
I agree.
Yeah, so we have like 3 simple ideas. First of all, to ship to drop the new refreshed leaderboard. But we want to reward the people. But the rewards will come before the next on-chain game. So to give opportunity everyone to participate again. That's idea. And we want to move this leaderboard on the webpage on skyco.in, our website, and so everyone just can see the leaderboard online anytime and just click on X, find this person. We just want to make this gaming hub real because we need to move to on-chain as much mechanics as possible. Thanks, everyone.
I like it. Another excellent episode of Find to Earn rounds. Thank you so much, Game Master. We will be back with more rounds tomorrow. Lots going on in the ecosystem today. Get out and support your community. And let's see, what do we have immediately? Oh, you know what? I do want to remind everybody, Wednesday morning at 10 a.m., we're going to have another space for D grants. There's going to be an announcement for the stewards. And that Wednesday is also when applications for grants opens. So make sure you set your calendar and tune in at 10 a.m. Wednesday morning for the D grants cohort 3 kickoff space happening at 10 a.m. We got the AI Guild show at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Is that right, Hannah?
Yeah, we have a space around that time. So I don't know if we're gonna have a Bob space. If we don't have a Bob space, we normally do the AI Guild space.
I think the Bob space usually is at 2.
Yeah, it's at 2. Ours is an hour later.
Yeah, so you might do it a little bit earlier if there's no Bob space. See you, Zenny. Have a great day. Have a great time in the underworld today. We got the AI Guild space, might have a Bob space at 2, AI Guild space at 3. GP, anything going on in your world today?
Yeah, just launching. I'm going to select a winner from last week for the content contests that are running in the Zest and Stacking It Out Discords, and launch a couple new ones for this week. Got a couple of meetings that I have to do today, but we're going to do the nightly tonight. So at 7 p.m. ET, we are going to go live and cover everything that's going on in the ecosystem and do some alpha hunting. So got that going on.
Right on, brother. Oh, you know what I did want to actually mention? I can't believe so much happens from the day to day. I do want to actually remind or mention, I wrote an article yesterday on Let Africa Build, and I was inspired to write it from a news article that came out on Friday. I think I saw it on Saturday.
Yeah, Sam launched it.
No, it was there was an article that came out on Friday where Ripple is expanding into Africa, which is great as far as getting those tools out into the ecosystem. But what we want to make sure is that these opportunities are really for Africans, not just for someone to come take advantage of a growing market, but with a centralized system. So that's why alternatives like Let Africa Build, Sam's project, is actually very important, because there is a tremendous community full of tons of talent that is waiting to be onboarded into the global economy. And that talent and or the value that those talented people create should be retained by the people that create that value. And so we need to make sure that, don't get me wrong, RLUSD is going to actually help provide a lot of opportunity in Africa for Africans that are currently not receiving enough financial services as it currently stands. But there's better ways than just that. That's just a stepping board. So I want to make sure that we bring some attention to this subject. There's a tremendous amount. We have a huge African cohort community in our ecosystem, and they're building great stuff right now. So we want to make sure that the stuff that they're building belongs to them. And that's important. It's very important. So I just wanted to shout that out. Probably going to make a post thread about that article to support the article as well. But I just wanted to mention it since I I wanted to mention it earlier in the show and I totally forgot.
Was it launched on the DeOrganized handle?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so go check it out at DeOrganized BTC on X. Definitely worth the read. I liked and shared it and opened it up briefly. I still have to read all the way through it, but yeah, definitely go check it out, guys, for sure.
Yeah, and it's just really highlighting that there are projects like Stacks Labs. I mean, Let Africa Build was originally Stacks Labs. Stacks Labs is it was originally Stacks Labs that Sam built. It's now called Let Africa Build Lab, and it's really, really an amazing opportunity for us to holistically grow the ecosystem together and really foster the talent that's waiting to be onboarded. So check it out. Check out the article. Share it out. And then comment if you have any questions or if you're curious about anything we're saying. You know, if you have an alternative opinion too. If you're a huge XRP maxi and you want to tell us why XRP is actually the best way to go for Africa, go ahead, comment that. I'd love to get in the conversation. I'm not telling you you're wrong. I just want to make sure that all the opportunities are presented.
Facts.
So thank you guys for, I'll get off my soapbox now. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Hannah, we are going to do, I just going to figure out how it fits into the format, but Hannah's itching because when I play chess, I only play long games. I play long games because I don't have enough time to sit at the thing and play the whole game. And I'm not really good at fast moves either. So a blitz game, we're going to do a live game. It'll only be like a 5 or 10 minute game, live chess matches. We're going to probably start incorporating that into the weekly, maybe even do it daily. I'm not sure exactly how we'll do it yet. But that will be coming soon once I have a little bit more time to just stop slacking with all this.
Yeah, slacking, right? Yeah, right.
All this stuff I'm not
fighting hard. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We'll figure out a way.
Let's go, dude. I'm excited.
We'll definitely figure out a way. Tinderly, you've been a little quiet this morning, but what do you got going on?
What's going on, Tin?
I'm just what I say. I'm just living the life, you know. We live in our dreams, we live in our passion, you know. So that's it, you know. So I think I made a post yesterday or something, you know, just trying to like show up my journey in Stacks as building the Talk app and also my own content lifestyle as well, doing different things, spaces, live streams, and the rest of them. So yeah.
So you guys actually submitted that Talk project you guys submitted in the SBTC hackathon, right?
I think it was the Dora hacks.
Right. It's on Dora hacks. Right. It's on Dora hacks. It's an SBTC hackathon. You and Blockface you got that submitted up on Dora hacks?
Yes,
nice.
Sir.
Good luck, man. I hope you guys.
And shout out to Hero Gamer and the Stacks AI Guild as well. Hero Gamer be doing great work, and the whole Stacks AI Guild. Triana is also a good leader in the Stacks AI Guild, and you know, I'm sure they're gonna be proud when this whole Stacks, the whole stuff start working out, and you know, yeah, it's gonna work out. We don't have to have any negative, thoughts about it. So yeah, even if we build and you know we don't actually win, we know that we're gonna be
just building is the win, brother. Just building is the win.
Yeah, I agree. Like
you're already winning, man.
I'm from it. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Keep learning, dude.
Yes, sir.
Fun.
Right on.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for joining us today, and thank you all for joining us today. And I'm going to leave it on that.
Yeah, that's a good note.
Just building something is the win. That's where it's at. So keep building. For goodness sake, that's what we're here for. Just keep building.
Build the change.
You all have a blessed day. I am Peace Love Music. We are DeOrganized Media coming at you live on Bitcoin Broadcasting every Monday through Friday. Thank you all for tuning in today. You all have a blessed rest of your day. Peace out.